And just try to get things that are lower in toxins and support people who have sustainable businesses is what I would say. Step 5, superfoods and supplements. There are about 4 supplements that I recommend for everybody. Where we live, we don't get that much sunlight. Big news. So vitamin D, especially for us as women who you know, we are more exposed to being osteoporotic, having osteoporosis. Who here is having 3 servings of fatty fish per week, like 3 servings of salmon or? Yeah, okay.
Does tuna fish count?
Well,
Canned tuna fish.
I'm not gonna count it, but so we recommend supplementation because you need essential fatty acids for every single cell in your body to function. If you don't have it, your body can't make it. I definitely recommend that. I recommend a probiotic. Can anybody tell me where most of your immune system lives? In your gut, exactly. Have a chocolate for that. You want to make sure that your gastrointestinal tract is functioning well. So I recommend that every single person, and especially kids, have a probiotic. And I recommend antioxidants. So of course, if you're eating, you know, your 10 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, you're getting a lot of antioxidants. But there are also additional antioxidants that you can get, like, does anybody know pycnogenol or? Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Pomegranates are great antioxidants. Your berries are fantastic too. So just, you know, eat the rainbow because your fruits and vegetables, see, I'm getting on the fruit and vegetable tangent again. Your fruits and vegetables are your medicine cabinet, really. Apples help to reduce inflammation and cardiovascular disease. Your berries are antioxidants. Your celery is a natural diuretic. Artichokes detoxify the liver. Fantastic stuff in your refrigerator. Thyme is a great antiseptic. I don't know if any of you use that, these little sprays that you use that are natural, that you use to clean the baby's toys and stuff like that. They're made from thyme, the same one that you cook with. Your broccoli is actually helping to kill cancer cells in your body every time you eat it. These are things that are living in your supermarket that you can bring home to help you on a daily basis. And there are so many more. So that's one of the reasons that I'm recommending that you get to know superfoods and know what they are and what they do and how they can help you and your family to be healthier. Water. Everybody drinking 68 ounces of water per day? Sometimes it's tough in the winter time, I know, but you need water. So make sure you're getting that. Make sure your system is in place. When you go to the supermarket, read the labels, make your list ahead of time so you know exactly what you're gonna cook for the week and you know exactly what you need. And shop the outer aisles of the supermarket. Try to limit all the processed things, and that's where they usually are lurking, right in the middle. So stay away from them. And based on what I've said so far, I want you to just look back at your list of food intake and see maybe where you might want to make a couple of changes, or maybe you're doing perfectly well and you can help some of us to make some changes. But basically, the message that I want you to get is that you have to take care of yourself. And I think too, some of us who are health professionals, we tend to take care of everybody else, and the self kind of gets left behind a little bit. So I am encouraging you to take care of yourself, and that will help you to grow your business and be very successful. Any questions, comments, disparaging remarks? Michelle?
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
One is, do you care where the water comes from? And
Yes.
like, can it be coffee, tea? And then the second question is, what about circulation? I understand circulation is so important. Are there anything that we can eat, or is it mainly through supplements that?
You want to try to drink water, just because they're not for everybody, especially if you're a long-time coffee drinker or tea drinker. But for a lot of us, there is that caffeine factor that actually reduces the effectiveness of the water that you drink. So you want to still make sure, even if you're drinking coffee or tea, that you're getting actual water throughout the day. And then what was the second question?
Circulation.
For circulation, there are supplements that we definitely recommend. Pistachios are great, but there are supplements that we would recommend for that. And you had a question?
Yeah, I had a question. When you were talking about meat products, I was wondering your take on dairy.
Dairy is a
milk,
food from
yogurt.
animal.
Right. So
Yeah.
I just wanted you to touch on that in terms of milk intake. I mean, we were brought up drinking milk, telling our kids to drink milk, and I find myself, I'm not drinking milk anymore. I'm drinking almond milk, but then I'm telling my kids to drink milk, but I'm getting them organic. And then I'm confused about yogurt and if I should be eating Greek yogurt or not. I gave it up, but I would like to have it as a snack. I mean, that's one area that there's mixed messages.
There are mixed messages on dairy, and that's a fantastic question. So,
I earned another one. I don't have any questions on dark chocolate.
so dairy is a problem, because we really have grown up thinking that dairy is something that people should be eating, and it is not necessarily an appropriate food for children or for adults. In our home, we do a lot with coconut milk. Big surprise there. One of the problems with some things like almond milk and even skim milk products, especially for small children, is that it doesn't have enough fat, and so they're generally not recommended. But coconut milk fills that gap. And so if you're looking for something that you can give to your children and you can be sure that they're getting the nutrients that they require, you might want to give some consideration to coconut milk. When I gave up dairy, I kept kefir. It is a milk product. It's a cultured milk product, but it's different.
What is it?
It tastes like yogurt.
You drink a yogurt.
Yeah, it's sort of like a yogurt smoothie. So you kind of drink it. The thing about it is that you can be sure of the bacteria strains that are in it. So you are getting a benefit from it. And so for a probiotic, yeah, pretty much. So I kept kefir. There's some clinical nutritionists who would even eliminate that, but I think that's where we found our balance in our home.
And I would assume you're probably watching the sugar in it too, because some are really sweet.
Some are very sweet, yes.
Right.
Yeah. So you really have to read the labels really carefully and make sure that the things that you're getting, you have to know where your food is coming from, because there are a lot of people out there who their intention is to make money, and so they're going to do that in the fastest and easiest way in the food industry, and sometimes that does not mean doing it in the most healthful way, and that is unfortunate. So then it puts it right back on us to make sure that we're taking care of that.
What
Yes.
about rice milk? Because I use rice milk in oats, and it's really
Rice milk is great. Rice milk is great. I have nothing negative to say about rice milk. There was a big thing the other day about rice products containing arsenic, but rice products have contained arsenic forever. This is not new. So, and the levels are so very low that they're not important, I don't think.
I took a lot of health seminars
myself too with our company, and they say if you use dairy, if you're going to use it more like a condiment, not like your main meal. And that way you don't have to totally give it up. I mean, unless it really bothers you. But it's like they say everything in moderation. Certain things I think you shouldn't take it all. But certain of those other things, you may not want to give everything up 100%.
Here's the thing with dairy. Dairy contains something in it called casein, and casein is addictive. And so the same sort of addictive response that you would have to, say, alcohol or cocaine or coffee or chocolate, you do have that same response to dairy products. And it's unfortunate because we've been fed this since we've been oh so very small. So our bodies are hooked on dairy. And so I am always very hesitant to tell a patient to just cut dairy out of their lives, because it's an emotional connection and it's also a physiological connection. So I like what Gaby says about using it sparingly, using it as a condiment, and maybe I still have some connection to dairy. Maybe that's why I couldn't kick it completely. Maybe that's why I'm still eating my kefir, who knows. But you know, it's a food from animals. It still does increase your omega-6s. It does increase your inflammation. So you're still gonna want to watch that. Yeah.
I heard something once that was very interesting, that we're the only species.
Yes. Yes.
Who drink milk from another species, and that we continue after the babies are young.
Yes.
Most like
Yes.
other animals, they stop drinking that.
And you know what I find amazing, and guys, keep in mind, I'm a chiropractor, I'm holistic, I'm like into all this stuff that you might not be into, so take what you like and leave the rest. But I nursed my baby until he was 2.5, right? And people were very, very opposed to this. Our society is very, very closed off with this, and yet we're getting milk from these cows that we don't know. We've never met them. We don't know anything about them. We don't know how they're being processed. We know nothing, and we're happy to give these things to our children way into their teens, but we're not comfortable with nursing to 2.5. I just think there's something wrong with that picture. That was me on my soapbox. I'm gonna get off now, bless you. Any other questions or comments? No? Well, ladies, you have been so, so wonderful, and thank you so very much.